Hello, are you there? Good afternoon, everyone. Blessed Feast of the Corpus Christi, Body and Blood of Christ. Blessed Sunday. 3:30. Maybe a little bit advanced. 3:30 in the afternoon. Hello there. Hello there. So I want you to meet my guests. I told you I have a little surprise. This is a table idea I had. Hi, Dada. Look at this. Your kids will love this. You see, I have Pierce Brosnan and I have Idris Elba as guests. They are joining me for my Black Paella Day. Okay? So it's really something I came up with. It's a beautiful centerpiece. You can have several, several type of wine glasses or bowls. Ideally, you would put in a fighting fish because a fighting fish can stay in the bowl and it doesn't need much oxygen. So you just keep a fighting fish in there and you can name him whoever crush you like. I mean, I'm in love with Idris Elba and Pierce Brosnan. I think they're gorgeous. So they're in here, they're in my bowl. At any rate, it's a beautiful centerpiece and it is a great idea for you to wow your guests. You put it in the center of the table. Imagine different levels, high and low. And then you put in maybe, I put some rosemary siding. Of course, I have my candles. I put a rosemary siding, but if you have oranges of different sizes, lay them out. I'll send you a picture of how I would do this. But at any rate today, these are my two guests. Hello, Alan. I'm so glad you're also watching. Hello, Annalie. Hello, John Ted Balosis. Hello, Olivia. Alan, hug your mom if you're around. Thank you again, Nanette, Alan, Angela. I love my bracelet. It's so me. Hi, Zenny. So what do you think? What do you think of this beautiful idea for a centerpiece, guys? Again, I'm going to return them to my pond because they're just baby goldfish, baby fish, no? Baby koi, I guess. I'm not sure what you call them. Hi, Val. Hi. Blessed Corpus Christi Sunday to you also. So yeah, my guests for today, Idris Elba and Pierce Brosnan, and they will be joining me for my paella dinner. Hi. Hi, Case. Okay, so now let's start. Let's hop right to it. I'm going to switch you around. We're doing a different angle today. Okay. And I hope you see me, all right? Let's get right to this. So today I am making for you a beautiful black paella. Now I just want to say, when you get on Sabrina's Kitchen, hi cousin Becca, hi. When you get on Sabrina's Kitchen, I am always true to something I call practicality and choose whatever is local, right? So I am doing a Black Adlai Paella. So naturally, instead of using the arborio rice, I'm going to use our beautiful local produce by local, support Pinoy, Hineleban Adlai, right? And then I'm going to make a salad with, it's a Pinoy tabule salad where I'm going to use pechay and of course a little bit of parsley, and also I'm going to use some alugbati leaves. We'll have that in a bit. But again, just a disclaimer on Sabrina's Kitchen. When I say let's go to Mexico, let's go to Spain, these are Mexican, Spanish inspired dishes, but I'm going to use our local ingredients, okay? Just so you know that, because there might be some people who expect that it's going to be authentic to the country, but I'm not going to do that to you. I don't want you to go miles to find an ingredient, right? So we're using fabulous Hineleban Adlai for this beautiful black paella. And of course, because I'm practical and I want it to be quick, I don't want you to take hours to make your paella. This is really a 30-minute paella. The key is that you start with your cooked or semi-cooked adlai, cooked or semi-cooked rice. That's a quicker paella. See, the Spaniards love their paella al dente, although in different pueblos in Spain, it's different, okay? They vary as well. The pueblos in Spain, some like it al dente, some also have it very fishy, very intense flavor. Some have it a bit dry. So it depends on the pueblo you're in, right? So let's start, okay? So I have my paellera. I prepared 2 cups of raw adlai, which comes out to pretty much enough for this. So you cook that in advance. And now we start with our bottom for the paella. Remember, a paella has to have a lot of flavor. This is my secret to a nicely flavored paella, okay? So I'm gonna start with a lemon. A lemon olive oil, La Espanola lemon olive oil, okay? Woo! Beautiful smell, and that lemon will really lend a nice flavor into this. And then, of course, I'll throw in onions. Can you see? Yeah, you can see well. Now I move my, I moved it a bit so that you have a better view of my paella making, huh? Okay, who else is watching? Hi, Grace, welcome. Okay, so onions, garlic, of course, my La Espanola extra virgin olive oil with the lemon is beautiful now. I'm inspired now. Now, what I'm gonna start to do first is build my base. And this base is gonna lend that flavor for my adlai later on, okay? So here we go. For this, I'm using seafood, but I need some chorizo, okay? This is a secret. Don't tell anyone. But I have a favorite Spanish chorizo that I love to use. It's Norinense. You will find it in the supermarkets. It's really beautiful. And it really brings flavor to my seafood paella. Something about pork, right? And seafood. They complement each other really well. And I will watch you. I'm gonna pour some cerveza. Yes, you heard me, cerveza. I'm gonna put in my black paella, huh? For those of you who have just joined me, you are missing my 2 very special guests. I will introduce them to you again later on. I'm crazy, I like to fool around. Anyway, so what am I doing? Extra virgin lemon olive oil, La Espanola, okay? And then my garlic and onions, the base. And then I have, of course, I have some shrimp, which I already butterflied. And I'm gonna just lay that out, belly first, onto my paellera. So what is this doing? This is going to be my topping, right? But at the same time, once I pour a little bit of beer into this, the head, and the juice from the head and the tail and the shrimp and the seafood, squid, etc. will come nicely into my adlai, right? Again, this is my version, so a little bit of a disclaimer on Sabrina's Kitchen. I like to stay practical. I have a life. I don't like food that you have to slave over. So I really do a local version of, you know, the countries I visit and the food I love. Having said all that, also, it's important for you to know that different pueblos do different kind of versions. They're very proud about their paella in Spain. And the Barcelona people will say theirs is best. The Madrileños will say theirs is best. And so on, right? Parang dito, we have adobo from Batanes. We have adobo from Bicol. They vary slightly, right? Okay, so my shrimp is just cooking on its belly nicely. All right. We'll turn them over and I'll set them aside. But what's happening? Hi, Vincent. Hi. Okay, so Vince, I'm making a black paella. Something anybody can do. I'm sure you can even do better versions. Now, just some paella trivia. Paella in Arabic comes from the word bagia. You have to remember that Morocco and Andalusia and all that, at some point they were all together. So paella is not rich man's food, contrary to what we think in the Philippines. It's actually poor man's food. Bagia meaning leftover, right? Of course, the Spanish also say para ella, something for her, right? Hi, Martin. Something for her, right? Para ella. But really what struck me is the bagia, right? The Arabic term of paella, meaning all your leftovers, right? Whatever you've got left over in the fridge. Usually at the end of the month, you've got just a little bit of shrimp, just a little bit of pork, just a little bit of fish, just a little bit of squid. All these little things. Humble cucinera, humble cucinera. I'm sure you cook better than me, Vincent. Boy, Vincent, wouldn't I love a cigar and a single malt right now? So missing Kipling. Hala. Alright, anyway, I'm just letting these guys cook on their bellies. So you butterfly these. This is the laziest way to do shrimp. You don't peel it. You want the integrity of this shrimp to stay intact, right? So all you do is you butterfly it from the top, the back of the head, all the way to the tail. So you keep the integrity of the shrimp, and then you just put that over your paella, right? Okay, let's turn these babies over. That sauce is going to be a part of my laman and flavor for my adlai, okay? So I'm turning it over. Again, you don't really want to overcook this. The minute it gets orange, that's it. We have a tendency here to overcook things. Ay, it's smelling so good now. Okay. Now I'm just gonna put a wee bit of cerveza into this. The reason why I love cooking paella with cerveza, and the reason why I'm putting just a bit, is I don't want it soggy and wet, right? But I want the shrimp head and the shrimp juice. Oh, it smells really, really good. So it's a tip I have for you when you buy crabs and mussels and shrimp from the market. Boil it, cook it in beer immediately. Pure beer, just pure beer. If you want to salt it, go ahead. But boil it immediately, then keep it in your refrigerator, in your chiller, and that will stay fresh and that will last. What are you saying? Okay. That's all right. There is such a thing as rewind, repeat, play. All right. So my shrimp is wonderfully done. I'll set him aside. I know I have a dish somewhere. Here we go. So the next thing I'm going to put into this is some fish, no? Squid and fish. Remove this because this will be the topping. What I keep only in the bottom is the chorizo. And of course the garlic, onions, and all that. Ooh, beautiful. So just like so. We will be seasoning our rice. So just like so, all right? Simple. I will again be sending you the recipe of this. Okay. So now we put in our squid. Quick cook of our squid. Then again, of course, I put a little more beer. Just adjusting my heat. So you see, paella, bagia left over. All right? Oh, how sweet. I love you, Daday. I really, really miss you and the girls, huh? How are you doing? That puto you posted the other day, I think I gained weight just watching that beautiful puto. That is my weakness. You dip it in kape, you put some butter. Ay, nako. Anyway, so why are we using Hineleban Adlai, right? We use Hineleban Adlai because it's diabetes friendly, right? It's safe for you. diabetes friendly. Ayan, I have some Spanish friends watching. They are gonna criticize my version. It's okay. Everybody can make their paella version. Okay, this should be pretty much good. So for squid, you just really want to cook your squid all of maybe 3-4 minutes, because that's gonna go on top of my paella later on, and that's gonna cook. I want tutong kasi underneath, no? I want my adlai to have some of that crust of that tutong. Okay, I'm gonna add again a little bit more cerveza here. So again, why Hineleban adlai? Because it's diabetes friendly. Now I'm gonna tell you there are other adlai being sold out, but you know, the quality is different. Of course, you know where it's going. Hineleban adlai is supporting our tribes, supporting our forest reforestation up in Bukidnon. Also, I tried a different batch of adlai and I almost broke a tooth, because sometimes the adlai has some solids, so you have to be careful. Hineleban adlai, it goes through a machine, it's got a great process, everything is organic, it's just wonderful for you. Just believe me, okay? We have great local produce with great integrity. Support those guys that give you the best, okay? Okay, I think my my squid's done. So again, what is this? Barely a fourth kilo each, right? And that's gonna go on top of my beautiful Black Adlai Paella. Now, my secret to this paella, apart from the beer, is yogurt and squid ink, okay? And of course my spices, which I will be showing you now, because we're about to do our bottom here. The squid ink in itself saves you a whole lot of trouble. I know the Spanish love to do the broth, right? So basically there, okay? The Spanish love to do their broth. Where is my squid ink? Okay, so the ants get to the squid ink immediately, which is why I need to put in the fridge. So squid ink, here we go. Woo! Okay, I'm gonna add some beer to this. So that I get all that beautiful juice, and then I'll throw in my adlai na. Huh? A little bit more of my chorizo. Who wears white pants? You know the Spanish love white pants and burgundy pants. So who wears white pants when they're making black paella? Me. All right, there we go. Now I'm gonna throw in my adlai. So again, 2 cups of cooked adlai. That's enough for this. Safe for diabetes, huh? High, it's a complex carb, so it goes to energy. The energy you and I need. Okay. Lovely. See how nice and black that is? I get already removed squid ink, because I just have no time to do one by one, no? So they sell it in a couple of supermarkets. You can find it. Thank you for that. So now we start to do our lovely spices, okay? So for this, I shall lower my heat a bit. Ooh, it's hot. All right. So for this, I'm going to put in 1 cup of yogurt, right? Now, if you don't have yogurt, you can use half a cup of sour cream, right? If you don't have sour cream, you can use half a cup of ordinary regular cream and you add 2 tablespoons vinegar. Did you get that? It's not the end of the world, diba? We can substitute. Okay, so once again, I'm gonna put some more beer. Okay. So that I get all that yogurt out. Now, you're noticing I'm putting a lot of liquid into my paella because number one, Adlai will absorb more liquid and I want my paella moist. Underneath, I like the tutong, like I like the crispy, the crust. But then I like my paella also moist. Again, the Spaniards like it al dente, would you believe? They like their rice, their arborio, to be a little bit raw. Like the Italians like their pasta al dente. Pero tayo dito, we like it cooked, no? Adlai is just brilliant. It's very versatile. Look at that. Now, what am I adding to this? I'm adding a tablespoon of patis, right? I am adding a teaspoon of smoked paprika. I'm adding a teaspoon of Spanish paprika. I am adding a teaspoon of turmeric. So, what are the best friends of my paella? Turmeric, smoked and Spanish paprika, cumin, very definitely. I can't make a paella without my cumin. And then, of course, turmeric. I'm putting in half a teaspoon of chili as well into that. Can you see that happening? I hope. Oh my gosh, the smell, you know, the beer and the squid ink and the yogurt and the spices. Oh, it's just brilliant. Just brilliant. So a little bit of black pepper, of course. Okay. And you know, this is almost done. I'm gonna now layer my topping already. Most fun part. I didn't salt this na. I put patis. But again, you guys can so salt it based on your salt requirement. One of the things I love to do is when you put spices in your food, you lessen your salt. You don't need that much salt. Salt is, we need it in our body, but we don't want too much. And somehow our local food is either overly sweet or overly salty. And spices are a great idea for it. That with a little bit of vinegar, you don't miss your salt. Something I love to use from McCormick also is its lemon pepper seasoning. Okay, it's beginning to crust. McCormick has lemon pepper seasoning, and the lemon pepper seasoning of McCormick does lend enough flavor to your food that you don't need to put salt. It does have some salt in it, but again, the combination of lemon and pepper and the other spices, you don't miss your salt as much anymore. Alrighty. So I'm moving my paellera around just to make sure that the bottom is even. No? Now let's do our layering. I'm gonna start with, I'm pretty sure I put everything there, okay? I'm gonna start with peas, of course, beautiful peas for my paella. I'm not even being very neat about it. And then I'm gonna start to layer my so by this time you put your heat on medium, okay? Then I'm gonna start to layer already my butterflied shrimp, beautiful butterflied shrimp. Can you see that well? Yes, I can see, so I guess you can see better. Okay, so what else can I put here? I can put here fish. I can put here chicken, leftover chicken as well if you wanted to. That's really up to you. There's so much you can do. Again, bagia, remember the word bagia, leftovers. So it's not really rich man's food, is it? All right, a non-negotiable here for my paella are bell peppers, green and red bell peppers. They lend a great flavor and they also do beautiful color. So I'm scattering my squid around. Some more juice. This is the quickest paella in the West. I'm sure you'll agree with me. Of course, the proof of the pudding is in the tasting. Let me clear this up into my deep dish. Okay. So happening nicely. Can you see this? I still have a few things. Can you see that? Beautiful, right? Okay. So what did I have in there? Come on, guys, were you listening? Beer. What else did I put in there? Yogurt, cumin, smoked and Spanish paprika. Huh? What else? So many beautiful things. Anyway, so I love French beans. I love French beans. And I love to layer them on top as well. You just blanch them quickly. And then that just cooks so beautiful, so much. That's just wonderful on your paella. I love it. It's gulay. Beans are great for us, right? Okay, and so last but not least, my bell peppers. Because I kind of like them crunchy. You can probably take a little more time to do this. I am not. You're probably more graceful than I am. But this is how, you know, macho cooking. You have a beer in your hand. Oh, where's my beer? Grab a beer, everyone. It's a lazy Sunday with Sabrina. Let's enjoy. Lazy Sunday with Sabrina. Okay. And then last but not least, I'm going to put in a hard-boiled egg. Where are they? Okay. 1 second. Okay, so what's happening underneath is my paella is getting a nice crust, right? I'm just going to put in a hard-boiled egg to this. Smells really divine. Now you can add tomato sauce if you wanted to. It would also add to the flavor here. Beautiful. Woo. And believe it or not, I'm going to cover this up. I'm going to lower my heat and just let everything happen together. And we move on to our salad. So you know all my secrets, guys, huh? You know the beer, you know the yogurt or the cream with this. Now you know. I have nothing to hide. Okay. So I'm just gonna let him cook and let the bottom and let all those flavors come in nicely together. Yes, Hineleban Adlai. Brilliant. Oh, by the way, you can find that already in Landers. We have available Adlai already in Landers, although because there's such a great demand because it's an amazing product, we do run out, okay? So you can also check out www.hinelebanstore.com. They also have the supply. It is they're the people that brought you the Hineleban Adlai. And okay, let's move on to our salad. So I'm going to move this. Hi. Hi Trina, how are you? I will be visiting the MOP tomorrow, okay? All right, I'm gonna do my salad right here. So for those of you who came late, once again, let me introduce you to Idris Elba and Pierce Brosnan right here, my guests. This is a great centerpiece. You can have several. Again, I am using ordinary koi, baby koi, I guess you want to call them. But I suggest if you want to keep it longer on your table, use fighting fish. Put a single fighting fish into your cup and wow, it's so pretty. You have your candles. I just have some rosemary or fresh herbs for the smell, a little bit of oranges, big and small oranges. and you have a wonderful table, I shall take a picture of that and I will share that with you. But again, isn't this a beautiful conversation piece? So meet Piers Brosnan and Idris Elba, my guests for this paella, okay? I love it. So this is a great idea for your dining table, and you will so wow your guests, you will wow your family. I think it's awesome. I had to do this. I had to cook for 2 huge sponsors in Singapore. And I didn't know what to do, what kind of centerpiece, and you know, the flowers, and it's all so old now, no? And since I'm a little crazy, what I did was I had my assistants buy fighting fish, and then I used different bowls, right? And I put a fighting fish in each, right? And I named them after our, you know, macho sportsmen, Arnold and Pacquiao and all that. I had all the names there on the table. So it was kind of like something to talk about. And at the end of the evening, every guest took home a fish, right? So I mean, it's just an idea for you all. I think it's well, it's something I love anyway. Maybe not for you, who knows? Anyways, let's do our salad with this, okay? So I have a bowl. You know me, I like to use local salads. I'm sure you can see this. I have alugbati, I have talinum. These are really easy grow salads. I have the Chinese kamote, you know, the 5 fingers kamote, which I also love. And so I'm gonna put alugbati and parsley and some pechay into my salad with a little bit of a lye, and then I'll do a dressing right here, okay? So, how to do our alugbati, right? You notice I cut them in just strips, a sort of thicker julienne. I put that in there. I love alugbati raw. So a lot of you are going to ask me that. Do we need to blanch? No, you don't. You want these kind of vegetables raw. A lot of people complain that when they cook the alugbati, it's sticky, it's gooey because they overcook it. The secret is turn off the heat, then throw in your alugbati if it's munggo or if it's whatever vegetable soup you're doing. But in this case, we are having beautiful raw alugbati, and there's really a great flavor to Malabar spinach or alugbati. I love it. Okay, so the next thing I'm doing, can you see my fish, my guests? Can you see that? Next thing I'm putting in is, again, julienne pechay. Again, it is raw. Please trust me, it is better than lettuce. It holds up with the dressing. It's got a lovely peppery vibe to it, right? This is just local pechay. I am such a fan of our local vegetables. They have so much more nutrition. They are so easy to grow. So as I keep saying, and I keep reminding everyone, food security, grow your own vegetables, from malunggay to alugbati to saluyot to patola to, I might do the whole bahay kubusong. You know, it's all there. All right, so parsley. Because I said it's a Pinoy tabule, you don't have to, but I'm putting in some parsley into this too. And the reason being that parsley fights gout, it fights high uric acid, and so as much as possible, I want to have parsley in almost everything I prepare, right? So in this case, this salad. Now I'm gonna mix this up with the dressing. I'm gonna put half tomatoes, right? Because the rest I want to put on top. Half tomatoes and half Cebu dried mangoes. The Cebu dried mango, the bite of the Cebu, I mean, you can use fresh mangoes now, but I do like the bite of the Cebu dried mangoes. And you can change this from a sort of like European salad to a Asian salad just by using sesame oil. Today I'm going to use La Española extra virgin olive oil with this, and of course I'm going to put my McCormick cumin, which is my favorite salad dressing. Cumin is like meat, so when you introduce that into a salad dressing, it basically gives laman to your salad, and that's what I'm going to do for this, okay? Okay, for my dressing, before I mix this up, for my dressing, I am going to put in about a teaspoon of cocoa sugar, right? I am going to put in cider vinegar, about 2 tablespoons of cider vinegar, right? I like to use cider vinegar because it's mild and it's got some great probiotics in there, but a regular vinegar is fine too. And then of course I'm gonna use my regular or lemon, if you like, La Espanola olive oil. So for those of you who have just tuned in, we are just waiting for our black paella to cook. And I will share that with you in a bit. There I am. I'm not in frame. Apologies guys, I kind of changed the angle today only because I wanted you to see the paella. So there, I'm on frame. I'm on frame. Okay, I'm gonna beat this, a little bit of salt into this salad. And of course, my favorite, cumin, McCormick cumin. All right, I need this in my salads because I want that laman, I want that oomph, okay? Angela, you are only too familiar already with this salad. So it's a Pinoy tabule. Basically a tabule, this is your dressing with a whole lot of lemon, and I'm using cider vinegar. You can also use calamansi, 2 tablespoons calamansi instead, right? So again, what is in my dressing? Cumin, cocoa sugar, salt, extra virgin olive oil, cider vinegar, and that's about it. So let's beat this. I'm back. So we emulsify this, and then I'm gonna throw this now into my salad. Again, I'm gonna put my dried Cebu mangoes on top of this once I'm done, once I toss this into my salad. You also can, let's say you are going to serve dinner later and you want to do your salad in advance. What I highly suggest is you do your sauce, you do your dressing, keep it in a container or keep it in a bottle so you can just shake it, right? And then just drizzle it into your salad when you serve it, as you serve it to the guests. So I'm gonna do that. Now, to this, I'm gonna add some lovely adlai. Now, in a tabule, you would use couscous, right? In a tabule. I am, of course, going to use adlai. And it's brilliant. It absorbs also the liquid, so it has a similar effect. But, of course, this is gluten-free, and it's diabetes-friendly. It's local, so it's a no-brainer. Okay, last 3 things to put into my salad. So I have some adlai, about 4 tablespoons, 3 to 4 tablespoons of adlai. I'm putting in half of my Cebu dried mangoes. Just half because the rest will be on top, right? Along with my kamatis. And then I'm gonna toss this. Toss, right? Ooh, it's hot. See how beautiful that is? Guys, do not take for granted your local greens because they are just beautiful. This is going to be my late lunch, early dinner. And look how pretty that is looking. The colors. Of course, the extra virgin olive oil and the cumin are wrapping really nicely around my salad. So remember, raw pechay julienne, raw alubati julienne, okay? Parsley chopped in bits, lovely. And then Cebu dried mangoes, adlai, and kamatis. That I'm gonna top off here just for the last bit, last topping, right? Beautiful, wonderful salad, people. I want to convince you on how beautiful these salads are. I'm gonna actually try it and eat it right here. But wait, let me just check on my paella. Again, I left my paella cooking. Should be good. Okay? So that it's crusting really nicely. Smelling really beautiful. I'm still here, guys. Let me set up here my paella and then my... Okay, so Idris and Pierce, move aside just a wee bit. I'll set my salad, my beautiful salad aside. Look at that. Put that in here. And then I shall put my paellera on. So this table here, I did I sort of shared with you how I did my kitchen, right? This is basically a Italian marble that I was able to get for a great deal, and it is sitting on top of a Singer, a vintage repurposed Singer 18th century sewing machine. Would you believe that? So I fell in love with it, and I thought, I don't sew for the life of me, but I do cook, huh? So I need the sewing machine, right? Diba? Crazy talaga. Alright. So I shall put my paellera up here. Okay. And here we go. The paella. My 30-minute paella. Okay. Voila. Okay, can you see everything? Oh my gosh, I better put you a little bit further away. I do not want you to get cooked. So again, just for the record, my display, my fish display here, I suggest you use fighting fish. Don't put two in the same thing. They'll make bakbaka and they'll fight, okay? That's just like putting the Liberal Party and don't do that. Okay, so use a fighting fish, because these guys, I'm gonna let them free. I'm gonna put them back in the pond. And then just put a white stone, put a little bit of an ivy plant, then you do your decor, and voila. It's a lovely centerpiece. You can have several, you can just have one, it depends on you. And now we taste, okay? Since I have some time, let's see, 5 minutes to go. I want you to, okay. So all there, you know, you want everything. You want the mango, you want the tomatoes, you want the different kind of greens, assorted greens. Is beautiful. Brilliant. Cider vinegar is mild, the cumin, the cocoa sugar, a little bit of salt. It's just perfect for this salad. And of course, the bite of the Cebu dried mango with the cumin. Oh, I love it. Okay, let me taste this, huh? And I'll share with you the drama. Okay, for my paella, okay, it's just, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. So shrimp, peas, these are the non-negotiables in my seafood black paella. No, you want the shrimp, you want the green peas, and you of course want the bell peppers because they lend such a great flavor to your paella. Now I would recommend you have like a lemon squeeze or a calamansi squeeze. And I would have this with my version of an aioli, which is of course so easy. You get yogurt, you do plenty crushed garlic, you mix the yogurt with the garlic, and that's it. That's basically your sauce on the side for this. Absolutely brilliant. Now I'm gonna try how. See my salt. Again with the fresh lemon or calamansi squeeze. Wonderful. Absolutely brilliant. Again, it's optional. You can add a cup also of tomato sauce if you want. I kept this a little pure with just the squidding, the beer, of course my spices of cayenne, cumin, smoked and Spanish paprika, patis. I kept it as is, right? Beer, squidding, and yogurt. But if you wanted to add tomato sauce to this, you also can do that. It's just so easy. And I think I did it. I was pretty much done in 15 minutes as long as the prep's ready. I was done in 15 minutes. And all you want to do now is to let the bottom of the rice of the adlai sort of like crisp up. The tutong, I say. And then, of course, on top, the chorizo and the shrimp and the squid, whatever else you wanted to put up there just to cook nicely and blend well. And of course, all the juices melt back into your adlai as well. So there you have it. Fabulous black paella. I'm sure you agree with me. It's very, very, very easy. I haven't eaten lunch here. Time out. I'm gonna toast. This is brilliant with a cerveza. I'm telling you right now, it's absolutely beautiful with a cerveza negra or a cerveza pale. And so I'm gonna have a cheers with you before I say goodbye, because my teeth are black now. Good. Cheers with my guests, Idris Elba and Pierce Brosnan. Everybody have an amazing, blessed Sunday, blessed feast of Corpus Christi as well. And I hope you enjoy this Black Adlai Paella and this beautiful Pinoy tabule salad. The recipe I shall share with you all in a bit. Give me some time. I just want to eat, take pictures, prettify this. And I'll also share with you the decoration with the fish as well, okay? So hugs and love, everybody, and thank you for watching me through 45, now 46 minutes on Lazy Sunday with Sabrina. Oh, before I forget, see, I always forget this. I have a cookbook. I've had this 4 seasons of my TV show, and all my secret recipes are here. For those of you who want it, please PM me. Including delivery, it's 1,000, so just PM me if you want. And then for next week, I wanted to just say that, I'm chewing with my mouth full, sorry. By the way, the squid is just brilliant. So just 3-4 minutes cooking that squid, and then let it cook finally on top. It's perfect, nice and soft, not like you're chewing rubber, Anyway, next week I'm thinking of doing either my version of a tiramisu and a brownie, sort of like brownie with cream cheese and carrots and squash in it. Oh, it's delicious, trust me. So a version of a tiramisu and a brownie with cream cheese on top, or do I do a Spanish chorizo? It's a Pamplona Spanish chorizo and tapa and tocino. The cuts, the meat, the spices you want to use, no preservative, something you can do every day. So you decide, do I go for the tiramisu or do I do a Pamplona chorizo and of course your tapa and your tocino. So we'll go beef, pork, and ground pork as well with some tips there as well. Now, I have a Donate a Bike program. Hi, Greta. Hi, Sha. You reminded me. I have a Donate a Bike program for those of you who have bikes and want to help our gardeners, our carpenters, our workers. Please PM me. We just want to make sure the condition's good for the workers, and we might want to make sure that our workers are safe, not through their travel, but we really want to help them. They are struggling today, and I think if you have bikes sitting in your garage and you're not using it, please by all means PM me. Let's donate a bike and let's help some people, okay? Chin chin, hugs and love, and I shall see you next week on Lazy Sunday with Sabrina. We either do a tiramisu and a brownie cheese thing, It's an invention of mine. Basta it's masarap. I use carrots and I introduce complex carbs, no, carrots and squash into that with cream cheese on top. So brownies with the squash and the carrot, and then on top I just do a little bit of cream cheese. Delicious. And of course my homemade, my local version of a tiramisu using our mangoes in abundance now and beautiful spices. You decide. Or we do a Pamplona chorizo, tapa and tocino, beef, pork, and ground pork for next week. And that's it. I think I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna say bye-bye. Thank you again for my beautiful bracelet, Nanette. I love you. Hugs and love, everybody, and I'll see you Lazy Sunday with Sabrina. Healthy is more fun. You know the saying, more fun in the Philippines? I have to leave you with this. It's more fun when you're healthy, so let's stay healthy, guys. Hugs and love. Oh yeah, for all the shopping, I will be putting it out there too, along with the ingredients, okay? Bye.